Hi, I'm Jamie Gorman at Sigma College of Small Business. When I discuss business strategy with my small business clients, I find it especially useful to have the 5-pillar discussion. The first pillar, and the one that most clearly separates us from big business, is the exit strategy. The exit strategy provides the long-term perspective during the strategy and planning process. An exit strategy is simply the manner in which you, as the owner or the investors of the business, will cash out and realize their return on investment. Big corporations don't have an exit strategy per se, but have the continuing goal of increasing shareholder value. Small businesses have a lot more flexibility and several options. They can sell, transition to family, or go public. Whatever the exit strategy, the decisions that you make today will have a tremendous impact on how and when you can personally leave the business. That's why you should think about your exit strategy early and often in the planning process. The second pillar is the entity structure. How we organize our business is a key part of our strategy, and the specific structure we use depends heavily on our exit strategy and how we build value. There are several choices for how to legally organize your business: corporation, limited liability company, partnership, or sole proprietor. There are 3 areas to consider when choosing your legal entity type. First is the liability of the owners for the actions of the business. In other words, how likely is it that if something bad happens in the business, that it puts your personal assets at risk? Can they take your house if the business doesn't repay its loan? The second area is taxes: income taxes, Social Security and Medicare taxes, and estate taxes. The way you legally organize the business can have a huge impact on the amount of taxes you pay. The third area is the structure used for investors and owners. How you organize controls how you raise capital for the business, how you provide a return on investment for investors, and how you will transfer ownership as part of your exit strategy. The value model is the third of our pillars, and it defines the incentive piece of our strategy. For a big company, building shareholder value in the form of stock price and dividends is the responsibility of corporate leadership. However, in small business, value may be defined and created a little differently. For a small, one-person business with no growth plans beyond themselves, the value model may be as simple as getting cash out of the company and invested in a retirement plan, paying as little in taxes as possible. Companies with growth goals would probably create an investment value model, one that shows a large return on investment through future cash distributions, building for a potential sale, or even going public. The fourth pillar is marketing tactics. When I talk about marketing in this context, it encompasses the complete scope of marketing: the product selection, pricing, distribution methods, and of course promotion. Depending on where you are positioned in your industry and market area, you will determine a high-level marketing strategy to maintain that position or get to a more desirable position. For example, you may use a niche strategy to enter a new market in an industry dominated by large competitors. The fifth and last pillar is implementation. Implementation involves choosing the right big projects and actions that need to happen over time, and the methods for ensuring they get done. From a strategic perspective, we're looking at things like entering new markets, creating new products, or significantly changing our operational model. Business owners need to be able to determine what these strategic projects should be, and then create a system to ensure they get accomplished. So as you develop your strategic and business plans, make sure you consider the 5 pillars: exit strategy, entity structure, value model, marketing tactics, and implementation.